Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discussing about purchase module of the Odoo 17. Before that, please, before that, please mark your attendance in our portal. Please log in our portal and then click the Start Attendance button for uh, for your attendance. Then we will move to the topic. First, we want to open the purchase module. For that, just click the home menu button and choose the purchase option. Here we can see all purchase order and all RFQ are listed here. That is created in previously. On the top left of the left of the screen, you can see all RFQ. All RFQ that indicate that all purchase representative created RFQ. Then just below you can see the my RFQ. My RFQ means current login user created RFQ. Then we are going to discussing different types of RFQ. First is to send RFQ. To send RFQs are also called draft RFQ. It means RFQ is created, but it is not sent to the no, it is not sent to the vendor. That type of RFQ is called to send RFQ. Here we have 11 total 11 to send type RFQ. In that, 8 ones are created by current uh, current login user. Next type is waiting type RFQ. This RFQ means RFQ is created and sent to the vendor. But vendor does not give the confirmation yet. Total we have two waiting type RFQ. In that, one is created by current login user. Next is late type RFQ. In this RFQ means the order deadline date is passed. That type RFQ is called late type RFQ. Total we have 14 late type RFQ. In that, 10 is created by current login user. If you want to open a purchase a order, if you want to open a order, then just click on the order, then you can get the order. Right side of the screen, you can see the average order value. Average order value means the average of the total purchase order. That you can see here. Next is let lead time to purchase. Lead time to purchase means uh, how many times taken to complete a purchase order. That average value is you can see here. Next is purchase late 7 days, last 7 days. That means last 7 days we purchased total amount of last 7 days our purchase. Next is RFQ sent last 7 days. That means how many RFQ we sent to the vendor. That RFQ count you can see here. From here, we can also schedule activity for purchase order and RFQ. RFQ means request for quotation. For that, first we want to choose which order you want to schedule the activity. I choose this RFQ for scheduling and just click the uh, activity icon for scheduling and then click the schedule and activity button. Then we can get the schedule activity interface. Here first we want to enter the type of the activity. Udo already provide different types of activity. When which activity you want, you can choose from here. Next is we want to set the due date of this activity. When you are doing do this activity, that date you can choose from here. Next is summary. Summary of activity. That means here you can enter the a small short note about this activity. Okay, I enter discuss proposal with the team. Okay, next we want to assign a person, assign a employee to do these activities. By default, current login user is automatically assigned to do this activity. Then you want to enter the description about a long description about this activity here. I just copy this summary and paste this as log note. That means the long description. Then I corrected the discuss word. Okay. Then you can click the schedule button for scheduling this activity. Now you can see the activities scheduled. After completing this activity, then we want to mark as done. For that, just select that activity from here. Here you can see that activity. Before marking as done, just click the tick mark of this activity. Then here you can enter the any feedback. You can enter that here. I just done. Then click the done button. Now that activity hide from here because that activity is completed. So that activity is not listed here. Here we can also possible to set the priority for the sales order and RFQ. Here you can see the star button of each orders using this star button for setting priority. I just set the priority for this RFQ. Now the that star button color is changed to golden. That means that means priority has been set for that RFQ. Next, we want to create new RFQ from here. For that, just click the new button. Here first we want to select the vendor. Odoo already created our vendors are listed here. From here, we can also possible to create new vendor. For that, click the search more. Then we can see the all vendors list from here. On the below, you can see the new button. You can use this new button and create new vendor. The vendor creation process is already discussed in the previous session. So in this session, we cannot discuss that topic. Next, first we want to choose the vendor. I choose the this vendor. Then next we want to enter the vendor reference. Vendor reference means actually this vendor reference we can't enter in the RFQ creation time because this data get from the vendor. After this RFQ creation, we send this RFQ to our vendor, and then they will give the confirmation for converting this RFQ to purchase order. In that time, they will create a sales order in their own their own ERP for this purchase. That sales order number we can use as vendor reference. So we can fill now. Next is currency. Which currency is used for transaction? You can select here. Next is order deadline date, which means within this date, when vendor must give that information. Otherwise, we can't accept that. You can choose the which is your deadline date. that is you choose from this calendar. Okay. Next is uh, expected arrival date. When we want to receive the product, that date you can set this field. Okay. Here we can see on-time delivery percentage of this vendor. That means 90% in previous history, 90 percentage of the orders are this vendor delivered on time, and 5 percentage of 5 percentage of orders are delivered on late. Here we can also see the ask confirmation. Ask confirmation means Udo it is enabled. Udo automatically send a mail to the vendor before 1 day before the order date. Actually, it is set in the uh, vendor creation time. This is a vendor creation screen. Then go to the sales and purchase tab. Here you can see the receipt reminder. If you enable this receipt reminder, ask confirmation is automatically enabled. You can enter the how many days before you want to send the confirmation mail. You can set here. Next is delivery to. Delivery to means which warehouse you want to deliver this product. That warehouse you can choose from here. Okay. Next, we want to add the product to this RFQ. For that, click the Add RFQ button. Add RFQ hyperlink. You can choose the item from here. Already created items listed here. I choose this item. Then you can enter the purchasing order quantity here. Which quantity you want to purchase, that quantity enter here. Next, you can set the unit price of this product. I just 100 is the unit price. You can see the tax excluded rate, tax included rate. You can also see here. Next, I want to add one more item for for this RFQ. For that, just I click the add product button and choose the item from this item list and enter the product order quantity, purchase order quantity. It is 80. Then you can enter the unit price of the that product. 150 is the unit price of this product. Okay. Here, here we can also add section heading for this item. For that, section heading means yeah, currently I ordered two products. That products are belongs to the cake family. So I want to set a section heading cakes above this products. For that, just click the section, add a section hyperlink, and you can enter the section name here. Then you can drag and place the this heading above of this product. Next, here we can also possible to pass a message to our vendor or manufacturer for about this product. About this product. For that, just click the add note button or add note hyperlink and enter your message. I add a message to manufacturer, and you can drag and place the below of this that product. Okay. Then if you have any terms and condition, then you can enter here. Here you can also see the untaxed amount, total untaxed amount you can see here, and the total VAT amount of this RFQ you can see here, and your total net amount you can see here. Okay. Next we want to fill the other information. So we open the other information tab. Here we want to first we want to select the buyer. By default, current login is the buyer. So administrator is the buyer. You can also possible to change with another employee. I don't want to change, so I set the administrator. Okay. Next is source document. Source document means reference document of this purchase order. That is source document. For example, on the basis of some sales inquiry, we created uh, this purchase. In that type, that sales order number we can use as say, source document. I enter I enter as sales order number. Okay. Next is Incoterms. Incoterms means international commercial terms. If your transaction want to set, and then you can select from that Incoterms from here. You can also possible to create new. You can also possible to add a new Incoterms to this list. Just click the new button, and you can enter the Incoterms name and its code. I don't want to create a new. You can possible to add new. Okay. Then next, Incoterms means international commercial term. It is predefined code. Okay. Mainly it is used in international transactions. Next is Incoterm location. Incoterm location means if some location or all automatically or follow some international commercial terms. If your location if your company or your vendor company belongs to that region, you can enter that location name here. Then all this transaction will automatically follow that Incoterms. Next is payment terms. If you if you have any payment term, you can select from here. I just select this payment term for this one. Then you can set the fiscal position. From this list, you can choose your own fiscal position. Now the RFQ is completed. Now RFQ is completed. Here we can also possible to send RFQ to uh, to a vendor by email. For that, you can use the send by mail button. Just click on. Then you can see the our email template. Here you can see the subject of the email, and message you can see here. The RFQ is attached in this email. For sending, just click the send button. Now you can see the status of the RFQ is changed to RFQ sent, because we send the RFQ to our vendor. From here we can also take the printout of the RFQ. For that, just click the print RFQ button. here here you can see the printout of printout of that RFQ. You can see the our warehouse address here. Our vendor address is here, and all product details you can see here. Expected expected product arrival date you can see here, and quantity. Our order quantity you can see here. Okay. After getting confirmation, we can convert this RFQ to purchase order. Before that, we want to enter the vendor reference. After giving the confirmation, Udo, our vendor, create a sales order in their own ERP for this purchase order. That sales order copy must share that vendor to us. That way, it's order number we can use as vendor reference. Okay. Then we converted order this RFQ to purchase order. Just click the confirm order button. Now you can see the status is changed. Now it is a purchase order. Here we can also possible to send send this purchase order to vendor for using send PO by email. That button. Just click the button. You can get the template of email, the subject of the email, and message. Uh, Purchase order is attached here, and for sending, just click the send button. Now, we can also uh, possible to lock this purchase order. For that, just click the lock button. Actually, this locking is after locking we can edit this purchase order. For this, and then we want to unlock for editing this purchase order. For that, just click the unlock button. After then, when the product is received, when the product is received from the vendor, then we want to create the receipt. Because we want purchase order quantity we want to uh, add to our stock. That processing we are creating the receipt. For that, for receipt creation, we just click the receive product button. Here you can also see the our vendor and our warehouse our warehouse details, and our order deadline, and source of the document. Source of this document is the our purchasing order. That purchasing order number is you can see here. Here we can also see the product that contained in our purchase order. Our demanded quantity you can see here. Then here we can enter the receiving quantity. Udo also support the partial delivery. Partial delivery time, you can also create another receipt for delivering the uh, yeah, delivering the delivering the all last and after you can also create receipt for uh, next vendor delivery for the next vendor delivery. You can also enter the quantity and the receiving now receiving quantity you can enter here. Then after that, just validate using this validating button. Now the receipt is created. From here, we can also possible to return the product to vendor. For that, just click the return button. Here we can also see the product in the ordered purchase order. Here you can enter the returning quantity. I just return the cheesecake to quantity. I don't want to return anything in the black forest cake, so I just remove that and then click the uh, return button. Now we can see the a new receipt is created for returning. Here we can say the product the because we want to deduct the returning amount from the our stock. So we want to create the receipt. You can see the our returning quantity here. Then just click the validate. Now this receipt is created. After the receiving product, we want to uh, generate create a bill for issuing our vendor. For that, just click the create bill button. Here we can see our vendor name and address. You can see the bill reference. Bill reference means our vendor reference. Okay. Next, here we can also we can possible to previously this vendor created order or bill to this bill. If you want to add any bill, you can just click. Then that product that detail that product also added into this bill. I don't want to add any bill or purchase order to add this bill, so I don't select. Next, we want to give the bill date. Bill date is when bill is generated. That date you can set here. I just set today's date. Then and then the accounting date. Accounting date means when these bills affected our finance module. That date we will set as accounting date. Next, payment reference. Payment reference means our vendor reference. Our vendor currently it is mentioned the our vendor reference is the payment reference. You can any other payment reference you can enter here. Next is payment terms. Payment terms means when we will make this payment. That that is depends this bill. Now we can select the 45 days as payment time. Payment that means payment will be made within the 40 days after issuing this bill. Okay. Then uh, then click the confirm for creating this bill. Sorry. Now the bill is created. Then we want to make the payment for this bill. For that, just click the register payment button. First, we want to select the journal for payment. I choose the cash journal. Here, only one payment method for cash journal. If you choose the bank journal, you can have many payment methods like card, check, net banking, etc. Then you can here we can show the our amount which made payment. Here and next is payment date. When this payment is made, that date you can set here. Next is effective date. When this payment is received our vendor, that way we can set here. In the normal, the cash and normally the effective date and bill date are same. But in the case of check, the payment date and effective date may be different. Next is bank reference. Now we choose the cash journal. So no, we don't want to enter this. If you use the check for payment, then you can enter the check reference here, and then memo means our vendor reference. After filling these details, just click the create payment button for pay cash. Now you can see the a ribbon is created with the status paid. Then we take the our purchase order and go to the other information tab. Here we can see the receipt status is full received and billing status is full billed. It means the purchase process is completed. Okay. Next we are going to discussing our assignment project. Sorry, assignment task. You have two tasks as assignment. First one is create an RFQ using these details. The product, you can see the vendor details, currency, order deadline, expected arrival date, and you can see the product details in the below table. Then first question is given suitable session name and add a note for manufacturer. Second question is schedule an activity for this RFQ. Uh, activity details you can see below. Next question is create an RFQ using this details and convert this RFQ to vendor RFQ to purchase order. Vendor references you can see here. Next is create a receipt for this RFQ and then create the vendor bill and last make the payment. If you have any doubts about this topic, you can ask through our portal. Thank you.